Now, if you've ever had a time where you haven't been able to make a change in your life, that you've had a little bit of a struggle with that, or maybe you've even had times where you've struggled to influence somebody else. And today we're talking about the brain and a little bit of science behind the brain so that you understand the requirements that it has. So this is going to help you not only for yourself, but also potentially to influence other people. And then talk about meaning and what meaning has, or meanings we have created in our brain, the identities about ourselves, the beliefs that we have.
Please take notes as we go. This helps reinforce your learning along the way.
Brain has hundreds of parts, but I'm going to keep it as simple as possible.
Paul J. McLean talked about the trion brain, being that our brain consists of 3 separate brains that have evolved over time. The first brain is the reptilian or reptile brain, because it's similar in shape to all other reptiles. The reptilian brain has the brainstem and the amygdala, which is that fight, flight, or freeze response that's provided to us as a means of survival. So when there's a threat that occurs, we decide whether we need to run, stay where we are, or fight for our lives. The mammal brain or limbic system is the emotional part of our brain. So that's where all our experiences potentially are stored and where we have the ability to have empathy with other people. And the part of the brain that sits above all of those is the neocortex, which is the thinking part of the brain.
It's the biggest part of the brain, but we only use it for 5% of the behaviours. So we really don't think that much at all. So that survival mechanism is there to ensure that we live, we can eat, we can breathe. So it controls our breathing, our lungs, our heart, our eyelids. Because it was designed for safety, that old part of the brain that most of our behaviours are running on needs some things to ensure that it feels safe.
The brain is looking for 2 main things: to move away from pain and towards pleasure or comfort. So it wants to ensure, in terms of pain, that it's looking out for threats such as uncertainty, confusion, even fearful events. And anything boring is also painful. And wants to move towards pleasure, fun, having clarity, certainty, and challenge. Although not too much risk, because that falls into the pain category. It likes things simple, and so that's why we like plans broken down step by step.
A little bit about the brain. Now, when we're making any change, we need to understand why we're staying stuck. What about changing does it see as being painful? Maybe there's uncertainty, or they don't have the clarity. So the second part is about meaning. All the ideas and beliefs that you have about yourself will affect your ability to be able to reach or attain your goal weight. Our self-worth is really important, and we have been told many things by many people, and we tell ourselves many things every day, and this will affect our ability to work towards our goals, to be successful in life. So I'd really like you to take the time and write down everything you possibly can think of. Now, I want to make this safe for you. So what I would like you to do is to think of this activity as a fun activity and have some sort of childlike curiosity when doing this. Those children that are always asking, why? Why is the sky blue? And why is the grass green? And really use that sort of curiosity. Why would this be? Why could that be? And really get to the nitty-gritty as easily as you can to try and prevent any type of uncomfortable feeling or sadness that might come up. Now, if you do notice those feelings, just be aware of it. Breathe, take some deep breaths and breathe through it. Now remember, these are just memories, so they can't hurt you. They aren't real anymore. They might have been real at the time, and there might still be some pain to work through. And that might be an opportunity for you to be aware that there is still some stuff that you need to remove, some baggage that you're holding on to that's no longer serving you. It might be a realization that you maybe need to get a coach or a counselor to help you move through some of this stuff if it's really that painful for you. And if you need some support, then please reach out and ask for it. Please, I'm here to help if you need to. I really want to make this a safe process for you so that you can move through some of this stuff. What do you have as the meanings around being your current weight? That it's hard to take off weight. So that will mean that your brain will make it hard for you. So some of this stuff could be holding you back, could be what you believe needs to happen in order to make change. So if you believe that you can't exercise because you've had some sort of injury, then that could be a belief that's holding you back. Because there may potentially be some activities that you can do that do get your heart rate up without using the parts of the body which you're in pain. So, you know, that could be a self-limiting belief. Another thing could be if you believe that you need to do vast amounts of exercise and you don't have the time or the energy, or that doesn't interest you, then again, that's a self-limiting belief that could be holding you back, because potentially you don't need to do large amounts of exercise, and we'll talk about that later in the program. If you believe that you need to go on a diet to almost starve yourself, or that you are not going to be able to eat foods that you love, then again, that's a pain point, and you're going to stay stuck because that's a belief that you have. And we'll work through that by explaining what you can do, because you shouldn't be starving, and it's okay. You don't have to give up everything you love. There will be some modifications, but I'm sure that you'll still be able to love your food. Now, I know for some people, as an example, that they could be getting stuck, and this has happened for me, that you get to a certain weight. You have actually lost weight, but you get to a certain weight and you think, oh, if I lose any more weight, I'm going to have to buy a new wardrobe, and I don't have money for that right now. Well, that could be keeping you stuck. That may be ensuring that your brain goes, well, hey, we'll help you with that. You won't have to lose any more weight. We'll keep you as you are. In fact, we'll give you a few extra pounds just so that you feel a bit more comfortable. If you have a belief about yourself that you are overweight, fat, undesirable, then your brain is going to help you be successful with that. It's going to help you continue to feel that way. If you have received at some point in your life some sexually explicit comments or behavior that you didn't appreciate, you may have made a decision that you need to put on the weight in order to not be desirable, so that you don't get those types of comments, and so that you can prove to yourself in the partner that you choose that they really love you because you are as heavy as you are. Or perhaps you've told your brain that being fat is ugly and don't be fat. And your brain doesn't understand don't, so all it hears is fat. Yes, I'll make you fat. So understanding all those crazy things, all those ideas that you have that you've been subjected to over your lifetime may be affecting your weight and your ability to work towards your goal weight is really crucial. lots of ideas such as finish everything on your plate. There's starving kids in Africa, or you'll get dessert or a treat if you finish everything on your plate. It could affect you in ways where you always or majority of times eat everything on your plate. That causes you to overeat. So another meaning could be that if you find skinny people undesirable, then again that could be the brain going, well, hey, I'll help you with that. Make sure you never be skinny. Drill down on all the beliefs, all the meanings that there could potentially be going on in that brain of yours for keeping you as you currently are. Because we want to try and tackle some of this stuff, but the first step is awareness.
Then for any meanings that aren't serving you towards your goal of reaching your ideal weight, rewrite those into more positive or constructive meanings.
So write down everything for you and let us know what's been your biggest learning today. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.